You're the prey in a deadly game. You must do anything to survive. Can you stop the hunt before you are taken down? Manhunt by Rockstar Games. Rated M for mature.
Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going? So, one game that I've been addicted to recently is Manhunt for some reason. Back in the day when this first released, of course, I heard about it with the controversy and all of that. Oh, it's a murder simulator, it's violent, blah, blah, blah. What I'm trying to say is this game back in the day kind of held a reputation for being a very different Rockstar game. It was more of a horror experience compared to Grand Theft Auto. Because, when you kill people in Grand Theft Auto, there's really no consequences. There's really no, action behind killing somebody in Grand Theft Auto. But of course, in Manhunt, it's a bit of a different story. Speaking of story, let's explain that. So throughout the game, you play as James Earl Cash, and in the beginning, he's sent to death row. Of course, instead of injecting him with the liquid that kills him, they just inject him with the liquid that just sends him to sleep for a few minutes. Of course, Starkweather, which is sort of the main antagonist of the game, wakes him up and he has to do missions for him in order to stay alive. That's basically the synopsis of the game. And I guess the main plot point of the game is to just go throughout levels and of course be stealthy, kill people, and make it out alive. However, the one thing that made this game sort of controversial is the 5-star rating at the end of each level. Because you see, once you finish with each level, the game tells you how many people you killed, how hardcore the executions, and it gives you a star rating. Honestly, not a lot of people like that, but to be honest, I kind of did. It made the game a bit more harder. I could just kill this guy and get it over with. But, if I want to get that 5-star rating, I have to make it sort of brutal. And that sounds bad out of context. But I think you all get what I'm saying by now. The game is basically your survival horror game. And I like it in that aspect. This game is sort of a survival horror game, just with, a different twist. And I know this is going to sound corny, but throughout the game or throughout each new level, there's sort of, small VHS edits of who you have to kill or where you have to go. I love shit like that. And the game soundtrack is a little bit of synthwave mixed with horror. I like that shit. I know it's corny, but hey, it is what it is. Like, the game kind of gives off a 80s slasher flick vibe. Anyway, enough about that. Let's just talk a little bit about Starkweather. Now, like I said earlier, he's sort of the main antagonist of the game, and he's with you throughout the game. He'll send you throughout different levels, and again, you'll just have to survive, kill people, and get out. Now, throughout the game, while you're killing people, you're sort of making a snuff film. And I'm pretty sure you all know what a snuff film is, but Starkweather is sort of the director of this fucked up movie you're making. And we'll just say he enjoys his craft. We'll say that.
Oh my God, I've had an accident. I'm serious, man. You brought me off. You've just inspired me, Cash. Really have.
Now, one thing that I feel like doesn't get brought enough about this game is that guns feel sort of special in this game. Like, throughout this game, you use crowbars, machetes, fucking plastic bags, crowbars, just anything except for like guns and shit. And that's one thing I will point out. This game makes gun and I guess long range weapons feel special. Like, you really have to earn to use, a staple gun. When I first unlocked this weapon in the game, it made it feel really useful. I could hit enemies from long range. I could kill them easier. I feel like games don't take advantage of this. When it comes to guns in video games, your character's just holding, an RPG, an AK-47, fucking Desert Eagle, Uzi, just all in one thing, but games don't make guns feel powerful like they do in Manhunt. But granted, not every game is like Manhunt. Now, just before we wrap things up, there's some more things that I want to talk about. The executions and just the overall horror experience. You really get that eerie vibe when you play Manhunt. And you just don't get that anymore. No games nowadays make you feel scared. Maybe the Outlast games, but nothing else really comes to mind besides Outlast and this game that really make you feel the tension when you play horror games. Now, granted, the horror experience can be broken from time to time because, it's a PS2 game. Obviously, the AI isn't great. But when an enemy sees you, it's just a full-on chase. The music gets dramatic. You have to run for your life and pray they don't find you. And then when you finally get that strike and that execution, it's fucked up, but it's great. I just kind of feel like at the end of the day, this game is extremely underrated now. Will we get a Manhunt 3? I don't think so. Where Rockstar's at shit, where gaming in general is at is, if companies can't milk it, it's not worth making. And unfortunately, Manhunt, it's not gonna happen unless they could milk you for microtransactions. To be honest, I'd rather Manhunt stay dead than Rockstar ruin it with, shark cards and needless battle royales and just a bunch of useless modern shit. At the end of the day, I would highly recommend trying out Manhunt if you haven't. It is extremely underrated. I don't care, just play it on the PS2, play it on PC, play it on the emulator, do whatever you have to do to experience this game. If you like horror games, play Manhunt. But hey, ladies and gentlemen, like, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, nourish, and tell me down below. What's your favorite 80s horror movie? Tell me down in the comments. I'll see you guys later. Peace.
Sonic, you gotta help me, man! No!